if you're someone who self-sabotages, you're not alone. And just like you, I'm also the kind of person who self-sabotages. So what that means, if you self-sabotage, that means you do things that compromises your inner child. You do the things that harms you. You do the things that causes you pain. You do the things that are exactly your soul didn't want to do. But sadly, most of us don't know that we're doing all of these things just because we're unconscious. We're unconscious of what we're doing. We're conscious of what's going on behind the scenes, what's underneath the conscious brain, because in our conscious brain, we're too busy with life. We're too busy with what's going on with our surroundings, with the news outside, our dopamine. Our brain is so overwhelmed with dopamine, wherein there's really no space for our brain to reduce the neurotransmitters that were kind of activated because of all activities that's going on around you. And just because of all of these things that's going on around you, you self-sabotage unconsciously. And then at the end of the day, you're asking yourself why you're so drained, why you're so tired, why you're so depressed, why you're so sad, why you're so unhappy. Well, in fact, you're doing the things that your soul, and your inner child, whatever it is, the very thing, you're doing the very things that will harm you. But because you're not doing something that will heal you, or do something that will warm your heart, that causes all this misery in life. That's why you're thinking life is miserable. You're thinking life is so dark and just full of war. Well, in fact, life is life. Life is how you are. Life is when you exist. Life moves on. Even if you die, life moves on. Life doesn't revolve around you. Okay, life doesn't revolve around your needs and wants, your feelings. The universe doesn't care about your feelings at all, because what the universe, what God wants, whatever and however you call it, the source, is the ultimate truth and the ultimate divine plan. So if it's you that's called to do something spiritual, then so be it. And the reason why we're so confused these days is because we're so overwhelmed with everything that's going on around us, and we don't have any outlet at all to release all of that, because we think that by doing just like this, just like sitting here and just talk about the things that we don't usually talk about with friends and family, we're usually trapped in this, we're trapped in our shells, we're trapped in our cages that we build ourselves. We're caging ourselves in a guise of a stable professional, just like Valon said in one of my characters in my book Strokes of Desire. So, well, just sideway, I've been writing my second novel. It's not second novel, the second book of the series, Strokes of Desire number 2. I'm currently writing it, and while I'm in the pause, while I'm not writing, so as you can see, I'm doing something else. I'm not pressuring myself that, well, I can't write today, and then I feel so miserable, and I feel down because I wasn't able to fulfill what I have to do as a writer. So same, but it doesn't make me feel bad, because, well, the fact that I've written so much, then it's my right to give myself some pause. So just like you have been doing a lot of things in your life, and you have been doing a lot of things, like a lot of things, and usually most of these things are for other people, for others, for your parents, for your siblings, for your children. You're doing a lot of things for others, right? Right? So then yourself. So it's not, you can't blame yourself for feeling down and for feeling sad, because you've done so less things for yourself, and the fact that you're doing less for yourself, it doesn't it's also explanatory, it's self-explanatory why you're feeling like this. And going back to, yeah, I'm not writing, I'm not able to fulfill my responsibilities today, but do I feel bad? No, because, well, it is how it is what it is. And like sometimes it's funny because my husband and I were on the same boat. We're honestly in, like financial crisis and all that. But sometimes there were times like I feel lighter than him. Like he owned the entire world's problems, while I'm this person who's just smiling and like feeling like I don't like I really don't feel the weight of having a lot of debts. Although I have a lot of debts, seriously, I have a lot of debts, and I don't care. I mean, it's not that I don't care. It's just maybe the way I handle things differently. I don't want to have stroke. I don't want to end up in a hospital just because of the problems. The problems are problems, but they don't have to be something that will cause me pain. Okay, these are problems. These are external things. Problems. Others cause external thing, external force. So it is up to me for this external force to get into me and affect my internal force. So if my internal force is not strong enough, then for sure the external force will break in and sneak into my system and destroy everything it can. And to prevent that, it's not that I prevent that intentionally. It's like trying to protect the sacred space that I have, because I am the driver of my body. I have one body. My body and my soul are one. My soul is my body, and my body is my soul. And whatever I breathe in and breathe out. I inhale, I exhale, that's my spirit. So if I allow this negativity to swallow, if I allow the negativity to sneak into my system, if I swallow all this negativity around me, then it's like eating poison. Do you like eating poison? Do you like eating vomit? No, you don't like to eat vomit. So what do you do with vomit? You wash it, you flush it, you put it away. So same thing with external forces. So it's like trying to filter what's going on around me, not really in a way where I ignore. I still acknowledge, but I filter the things that I allow to enter my space. So that's why if I, like right now, I'm like, my husband didn't have a good day today, so his plans are ruined. So, and I don't want to go into details about that. I don't want to go into details, yeah, but generally our day-to-day, our plans are ruined. But do I feel sad? Do I feel sad that the more that I haven't written anything? No, I'm not really miserable. I'm not affected by it, because, well, I let it out. I let this energy of inability, the energy of being unable, I don't know, like the feeling of being unable to do something, the frustration that it will cause me, I just put it aside. So it's like, stay there, my friend. Yeah, I will take care of you later on. So I set it aside and kind of just go around, do something else, and let it sit there until I can come back and then settle with it, and maybe, like, just don't I don't allow myself to react too emotionally, because the fact that I have Mars and Cancer, if you're into astrology, you are familiar with how Mars and Cancer works or functions in life. Mars and Cancer people, they tend to function in life with, like, emotions attached to everything they do, without any emotion, without any, like, for example, if I'm not in love with this person, I will not be with this person. If I don't like to do it, then I will not do it at all. Or if I, even at the cost of being toxic, like, I don't like to be better because I choose to. So it's toxic, it's unhealthy, it's negative. But that's what Mars and Cancer do. So it instead of taking action, I diffuse it. If I diffuse the power of Mars, you know what I'm saying. So well, yeah, because of that temperament that I have, it's important for me to be aware of how I react to things. It's important for me to keep grounded, to keep my at least 15-minute meditation or like every day, to even like no matter how busy life is, I take the time to take a deep breath before saying something, even like at the moment, like even before I say something, because I have a tactless mouth. So because of all of that, yeah, so that's how I generally, I don't know if it makes sense to you, I hope it makes sense to you, but yeah, that's the message I'd like to say with you, to say to you today. Like, if you're the type of self-sabotage is just because of being like doing things unconsciously, just because you're so unconscious that you're doing it, and then you're living the consequences later on, waking up, and then you kind of like, oh my god, what did I do? Know these things. Every single thing that you do is brought by unconscious motives. Every little thing, big and small, okay, and every little step goes forward. There's nothing like backward, unless if it's like reflection. If you're reflection, if you're doing some reflection, okay, you can go back, but every day is moving forward. So every little thing you do keeps you moving forward. Small steps, even though it's menial, it looks so boring, it sounds so boring and uninteresting. It's, I don't know, but it keeps you moving forward. So if you're doing things, little things unconsciously, just because it makes you feel good, just because it makes you feel great. So let's say like you don't want to hurt other people, but you're saying the things you don't want to, or you don't like your job, but you keep showing up in your job, like as if it's the only thing that it's the only thing that's about you. I mean, and like, and then the end of the day, you're complaining about your misery, about your life, and the fact is you're the one who didn't do something for it, about it. You know what I mean? So if that makes sense to you, I hope that this message is clear to you. And I know I'm just rambling, and like I'm just sharing my thoughts and feelings about my journey as a person, as a writer, as an author. My channel, if you've been following my channel for a while now, you know it's kind of messy, and I don't know what I'm actually doing, but yeah. So I hope that you'll have a nice day, and I really wish you a nice day, and see you in the next one. Cheers.